Imagine spending months preparing your land, buying seeds, watering your crops, and working from sunrise to sunset, only to discover that after harvest, you barely made any profit. Sadly, this happens to thousands of small farmers every year. The problem isn't always hard work. It's often growing the wrong crops. Some crops require huge amounts of land before they become profitable. Others flood the market during harvest, causing prices to crash. And some simply don't generate enough income to justify the time and effort invested. But there are other crops that can produce high returns from surprisingly small areas. Some can be harvested multiple times each year. Some have strong demand almost everywhere. And others are so valuable that farmers earn more from a quarter of an acre than many people earn from several acres of traditional crops. The good news: you don't need hundreds of acres to build a profitable farm. You don't need expensive machinery. And you don't need to grow every crop under the sun. You simply need to choose wisely. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the most profitable crops for small farmers, explaining why they make money, who buys them, and what you should know before planting your first seed. Whether you're starting a backyard farm, managing 1 acre, or looking to increase your existing farm income, this list could completely change the way you think about farming. Let's get started. Many beginners assume the most profitable crop is simply the one with the highest selling price. But experienced farmers know the real answer is far more complicated. A crop can sell for a high price and still lose money if it takes too long to grow, requires expensive inputs, or has very few buyers. The most successful small farmers look beyond price. They ask better questions. How many times can this crop be harvested each year? How much space does it require? Is there steady demand throughout the year? Can it spoil quickly, or can it be stored? How much does it cost to start? And perhaps most importantly, can I sell it before I plant it? Successful farming begins with the market, not the seed. Before putting anything into the ground, smart farmers identify who will buy it. Local markets, restaurants, hotels, supermarkets, food processors, or even direct customers through social media. Another important factor is turnover. A crop that matures in 30 days can generate income several times a year. A crop that takes 12 months ties up your land for much longer. Finally, consider value per square meter rather than value per acre. Small farms succeed by making every piece of land work harder. The crops in this video were selected because they combine strong demand, good profit potential, and practical opportunities for small-scale farmers. Let's begin with one of the easiest crops to grow, and one that restaurants are always looking for. When most people think about profitable farming, they picture acres of corn, wheat, or rice stretching to the horizon. Very few imagine a small patch of basil or mint. Yet for many small farmers, herbs generate far more income per square meter than traditional field crops. The reason is simple: fresh herbs are in constant demand. Restaurants use them every day. Hotels buy them regularly. Supermarkets need fresh supplies throughout the week. And home cooks are increasingly looking for high-quality herbs to improve their meals. Unlike many crops that are harvested only once, several herbs can be harvested repeatedly. With proper care, plants such as basil, mint, parsley, and rosemary continue producing new growth, allowing multiple harvests throughout the season. That means one planting can generate income again and again. Another advantage is space. You don't need acres of land to grow herbs successfully. Many commercial herb growers operate on surprisingly small plots, using raised beds, greenhouses, or even containers to maximize production. Startup costs are also relatively low. Seeds are inexpensive, and many herbs grow quickly, allowing new farmers to begin selling within a matter of weeks rather than months. However, herbs require careful handling after harvest. Fresh herbs lose quality quickly if left in the sun or stored improperly. Successful growers harvest early in the morning, keep the leaves cool, and deliver them to customers while they are still fresh. Packaging also matters. Clean, neatly bundled herbs often sell for higher prices than loose bunches, even when the quality is identical. The biggest mistake beginners make is growing herbs first and looking for buyers later. The smarter approach is to visit local restaurants, grocery stores, and farmers markets before planting. Ask what herbs they buy, how often they need deliveries, and whether they prefer fresh or dried products. Knowing your market before planting dramatically increases your chances of building a profitable herb business. For farmers with limited land, herbs prove an important lesson. You don't always make more money by growing more plants. Sometimes you make more money by growing the right plants. Garlic may not look like a luxury crop, but for small farmers, it has one major advantage over many vegetables. It doesn't force you to sell immediately after harvest. Unlike tomatoes or leafy greens that spoil within days, properly cured garlic can be stored for months. That gives farmers something incredibly valuable: time. Instead of accepting low prices during harvest season, growers can wait for better market conditions before selling their crop. In many regions, garlic prices rise significantly after the main harvest has passed and supplies become less abundant. Another reason garlic is attractive is its universal demand. Households use it almost every day. Restaurants rely on it. Food processors purchase it in large quantities. And health-conscious consumers continue to seek fresh, locally grown garlic because of its flavor and perceived health benefits. Garlic also requires relatively little space compared to many staple crops. A well-managed plot can produce thousands of bulbs, making efficient use of limited farmland. Success, however, depends on careful planning. Choosing high-quality seed garlic, preparing fertile soil, controlling weeds, and harvesting at the correct stage all have a major impact on the final product. After harvest comes one of the most important steps, curing. By drying garlic properly in a well-ventilated area, farmers extend its shelf life and improve its appearance, making it more attractive to buyers. Some growers increase their profits even further by selling braided garlic, peeled cloves, garlic powder, or planting bulbs for other farmers. These value-added products often command higher prices than raw bulbs alone. For anyone looking to build a steady farm income, garlic offers something many crops cannot. A reliable market, long storage life, and the flexibility to sell when the timing is right rather than when the harvest forces you to. What if you could start a farm without owning a large piece of land? That's exactly why mushroom farming has become one of the fastest-growing agricultural businesses around the world. Unlike traditional crops, mushrooms don't need direct sunlight, vast fields, or expensive tractors. They can be grown indoors in a spare room, a garage, a shipping container, or a simple shed with the right temperature and humidity. For people with limited land, this creates an opportunity that few other crops can match. Popular varieties such as oyster mushrooms are especially attractive to beginners because they grow quickly and require relatively simple equipment. Restaurants, hotels, supermarkets, and health-conscious consumers are all driving demand for fresh mushrooms, making them a valuable addition to many local markets. Another advantage is the efficient use of agricultural waste. Materials like straw, sawdust, coffee grounds, and other plant-based byproducts can often be used as growing substrates, turning low-value waste into a profitable product. However, mushroom farming is not completely hands-off. Cleanliness is essential. Poor hygiene can lead to contamination from molds and bacteria, ruining an entire batch before it reaches the market. Successful growers pay close attention to sanitation, ventilation, and moisture levels. Consistency is also important. Customers who buy mushrooms for restaurants or grocery stores expect the same quality every time. That means harvesting at the right stage, handling them carefully, and delivering them while they are fresh. Some farmers increase their income by selling mushroom growing kits, dried mushrooms, or powdered mushrooms in addition to fresh produce. These products often have a longer shelf life and appeal to different types of customers. Mushroom farming proves that profitable agriculture isn't always about owning more land. Sometimes it's about using the space you already have in smarter ways. Imagine planting a crop today and harvesting it in less than 2 weeks. It may sound impossible, but that's exactly what makes microgreens one of the most exciting opportunities in modern small-scale farming. Microgreens are the young seedlings of vegetables and herbs, harvested shortly after the first leaves appear. Although tiny, they are packed with flavor, vibrant colors, and nutrients, making them highly desirable in restaurants, cafes, and specialty grocery stores. One of their biggest advantages is speed. Depending on the variety, many microgreens are ready to harvest in just 7 to 14 days. That allows farmers to produce multiple harvests every month, creating a steady flow of income instead of waiting for a single seasonal harvest. Another major benefit is space efficiency. Microgreens can be grown indoors on shelving units, in greenhouses, or in small protected areas, making them ideal for people with limited land. Because they are harvested so quickly, farmers can respond to market demand much faster than with traditional crops. If one variety becomes popular, production can often be adjusted within weeks rather than months. However, success depends on finding the right customers. Most people don't buy microgreens in large quantities for home cooking. The strongest markets are restaurants, hotels, caterers, health food stores, and consumers who value premium, fresh produce. Presentation also matters. Fresh, clean packaging with consistent quality helps build trust and encourages repeat business. Many successful growers arrange standing orders with restaurants, delivering freshly harvested microgreens several times each week. This creates predictable income and reduces the uncertainty of finding new buyers after every harvest. Microgreens demonstrate an important principle for small farmers. Profit doesn't always come from growing bigger crops. Sometimes it comes from growing crops that move quickly, require little space, and meet the needs of high-value customers. Ginger is one of those crops that quietly generates income year after year for farmers around the world. It may not receive as much attention as some high-value vegetables, but its versatility makes it one of the smartest choices for many small farms. Fresh ginger is used in homes, restaurants, bakeries, juice bars, and food manufacturing. Beyond the kitchen, it is also widely used in herbal products, teas, health supplements, and natural remedies. This broad demand means farmers are not limited to a single type of buyer. Local markets, supermarkets, wholesalers, food processors, and even online customers may all be interested in purchasing quality ginger. Another advantage is its ability to create multiple income streams. Fresh ginger can be sold immediately after harvest. It can also be processed into dried ginger, ginger powder, ginger tea blends, candied ginger, or even planting rhizomes for other farmers. Each of these products targets a different market and may offer higher profit margins than selling fresh roots alone. Growing ginger does require patience. Unlike fast-growing vegetables, it takes several months before the crop is ready for harvest. However, many farmers consider the wait worthwhile because of the crop's strong demand and relatively high value. Healthy soil, consistent moisture, and good weed management are essential for producing quality rhizomes. Disease prevention is equally important, as poor drainage can lead to root rot and significant losses. One mistake new farmers often make is harvesting too early. Allowing the crop to reach full maturity generally improves both yield and market value. For small-scale farmers looking to diversify their income, ginger offers something valuable. It is a crop that can be sold in many different forms, reducing dependence on a single market and creating more opportunities for profit. Peppers are among the most versatile crops a small farmer can grow. Whether sweet or hot, they are used in countless dishes around the world and remain in demand throughout the year. One reason peppers are so attractive is the wide range of markets they serve. Fresh peppers are sold in local markets and supermarkets. Restaurants purchase them regularly, food processors use them in sauces and seasonings, and dried chili peppers are traded globally as valuable spices. Many pepper varieties also continue producing fruit over an extended period. Instead of harvesting once and clearing the field, farmers can pick ripe peppers several times during the season. This provides a more consistent source of income and makes better use of the growing space. For farmers with limited land, specialty peppers can be especially profitable. Unique varieties with exceptional flavor, color, or heat often command higher prices than common types. However, growing peppers successfully requires careful management. They perform best in fertile, well-drained soil with adequate sunlight and consistent watering. Pests and diseases must be monitored closely, particularly during flowering and fruit development. Another opportunity lies in adding value. Instead of selling only fresh peppers, farmers can produce dried chilies, chili flakes, hot sauces, pepper powder, or packaged seasoning blends. These products often have longer shelf lives and can reach customers far beyond the local market. Before choosing a pepper variety, study your market carefully. Some communities prefer mild peppers, while others have strong demand for hot varieties. Understanding local preferences before planting can make the difference between a profitable harvest and unsold produce. Peppers remind us that successful farming isn't just about growing healthy crops. It's about matching the right crop to the right customer at the right time. Berries may be small, but their earning potential can be surprisingly large. From strawberries and raspberries to blueberries and blackberries, these fruits are often sold at premium prices because consumers associate them with freshness, quality, and healthy eating. Unlike many staple crops, berries are considered high-value produce. They are purchased not only by households but also by bakeries, restaurants, hotels, juice bars, dessert shops, and food manufacturers. This creates multiple marketing opportunities for small farmers. Another advantage is customer loyalty. When people find sweet, fresh berries from a local grower, they often return week after week during the harvest season. Some farmers even build subscription services or invite customers to pick their own berries, creating an additional source of income while reducing harvesting labor. However, berries demand attention. They require good soil preparation, careful irrigation, regular pruning, and protection from pests, birds, and diseases. Harvesting must also be done gently because bruised fruit quickly loses its market value. Timing is everything. Fresh berries have a short shelf life, so having buyers lined up before harvest is essential. Many successful growers contact local stores and restaurants weeks in advance to arrange regular deliveries. Others increase profits by making berry jam, fruit syrup, dried berries, or frozen fruit packs. These products reduce waste and allow farmers to sell fruit that may not meet fresh market standards. For farmers willing to provide consistent quality, berries can become one of the most rewarding crops on a small farm. They prove that high-quality produce often commands higher profits than simply producing larger quantities. Lavender is one of the few crops that generates income in multiple industries at the same time. Its fragrant purple flowers are used in cosmetics, essential oils, soaps, candles, perfumes, herbal products, and decorative arrangements. That means a single harvest can serve a wide variety of customers. Unlike crops grown only for food, lavender opens the door to higher value specialty markets. Many small farmers earn more by selling dried flower bundles, essential oils, handmade soaps, or lavender sachets than by selling the flowers alone. Another advantage is longevity. Once established, a healthy lavender field can continue producing for many years with proper care. This reduces annual planting costs and provides a reliable long-term investment. Lavender also attracts bees and other beneficial pollinators, making it valuable for farms that grow fruits, vegetables, or keep honeybees. The beautiful purple fields create another business opportunity. Many growers open their farms to visitors during flowering season, charging admission for photography sessions, farm tours, and seasonal festivals. In some cases, tourism generates as much income as the crop itself. Success with lavender depends on choosing the right climate and soil. It thrives in sunny locations with excellent drainage and generally performs poorly in waterlogged ground. For farmers looking beyond traditional crop sales, lavender demonstrates how agriculture can create income from products, experiences, and tourism all at once. Our final crop isn't just one plant. It's a group of vegetables that continues to grow in popularity every year. Specialty leafy greens such as arugula, kale, Swiss chard, spinach, bok choy, and premium lettuce varieties have become staples in restaurants, supermarkets, and health-conscious households. The greatest advantage is speed. Many leafy greens mature quickly, allowing farmers to harvest several crops throughout the year. Some varieties can even be harvested multiple times from the same planting by carefully cutting the outer leaves and allowing the plants to continue growing. Demand remains strong because consumers increasingly seek fresh, nutritious produce. Restaurants depend on reliable suppliers who can deliver consistent quality every week. For small farmers, this creates opportunities to establish regular contracts instead of relying solely on unpredictable market sales. These crops also perform well in raised beds, greenhouses, and protected growing systems, making them ideal for farms with limited land. However, freshness is everything. Leafy greens lose quality rapidly after harvest, so careful handling, cooling, and fast delivery are essential. Clean packaging and consistent sizing help build trust with buyers and encourage repeat business. The most successful growers don't simply sell vegetables. They sell reliability. When chefs and grocery stores know they can depend on you every week, your farm becomes far more valuable than one that only delivers occasionally. Specialty leafy greens show that a small farm can compete successfully, not by producing the most food, but by producing exactly what the market needs. The 10 crops we've explored today all have one thing in common. They offer small farmers the opportunity to earn more from limited land. But no crop is guaranteed to make you successful. The most profitable crop in one community may perform poorly in another. Markets differ, climates differ, customer preferences differ. That is why successful farmers spend as much time studying their buyers as they do studying their soil. Before you plant anything, ask yourself a few simple questions. Who will buy this crop? How often do they buy it? Can I produce it consistently? Can I add value through packaging or processing? And can I build long-term relationships with customers instead of chasing one-time sales? The answers to these questions often determine your success more than the crop itself. Remember, farming is not just about growing plants. It is about running a business. The best farmers don't simply produce food. They solve problems for customers by providing fresh, reliable, and high-quality products. Start small, learn continuously, improve each season, and reinvest your profits into expanding your farm. With patience, good planning, and the right crops, even a small piece of land can become a reliable source of income. Thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, subscribe to *** Small Farm Income *** for more practical farming tips, profitable crop ideas, livestock guides, and proven strategies to help you build a successful and sustainable farm. Now we'd like to hear from you. Which of these crops would you choose to grow first, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's learn from one another.